Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a little bit of a story time video on an experience that I had recently on eBay. In short, I dealt with a really nasty customer. I think it's important to remember that there's going to be good customers and there's going to be bad customers. It's important to be able to get over these things and not dwell on them too much. But by saying that, I also really wanted to tell people this story because it really got on my nerves. So the story basically starts off with the dreaded Talbots linen plus size shirt. Now I've had this shirt for a pretty long time and it is a size petite, which I have a personal vendetta against because I can never seem to sell petite sizing. People are always just a little too scared that it's going to be too short, too small. Even if you put measurements in, I find that people really don't like buying petite sizing. So I have had this shirt for quite a while and I just relisted it on eBay. I had it at $15, which is a pretty great price. It is linen. So I took new pictures, I added the measurements, I added the fabric content, I added all these things to the listing, and within a couple hours I get a message from a buyer. So this specific buyer started out this whole series of events by asking some very particular questions, which is totally fine. I understand that you want to make sure you're getting what you want when you're ordering something on eBay because it's kind of a toss-up if it's actually going to be an item that you like. So I totally understand. It always raises a little red flag when they're asking very specific questions. So she was just asking about the measurements. She's asking if it's more of a pink or an orchid color. And I did have to Google what orchid was because, like, I don't know, that could be anything. So I tell her that I think it's a pretty true to color pink, and she continues to ask, oh, do you think it's in perfect condition? All this other stuff. I'm like, yep, it's in really great condition. There's no holes. It feels like it's brand new. I gave her all the measurements. So I'm like, wow, okay, this is gonna be great. I've had this shirt forever. I'm finally gonna get it out for $15. Like, I will take that. So she purchases the item, and with her purchase, she leaves me a really long paragraph. I'm like, okay, maybe she just likes to talk to people on the internet. Understandable. So she purchases the item and leaves a note saying, if this is not in excellent use condition, do not send it to me and I will cancel the order. I'm like, well, perfect. It is in excellent condition. There's no holes. It's the exact color that she wanted. I'm gonna ship her the item. And then I should have realized, first of all, that people that have this high expectation of an item are either trying to set themselves up to win a case or just have a really high expectation it's not going to meet that. At this point, I would recommend looking her username up on the internet because after the fact I've looked it up and she's on almost every single bad buyer list that's on the internet. So I ship her the item. It's in transit, everything's going well. It's been a couple days and I get a message from her. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe she's just wants to say how nice it is because it was in such good condition. And I just remember thinking when I first read the message, I was like, that's so odd because I remember this item being in like almost perfect condition. There was nothing wrong with it. I even provided the measurements, so I don't understand how she could say that it shrunk or it was too small. I did say it was petite multiple times throughout the listing, so I don't know why that would be a problem. I was just a little taken aback by her first message, so I just replied that I was sorry that she was unhappy with her purchase because I didn't know what else to say. Her next message just got even more nasty and mean, and it just didn't seem like it fit the situation. If you really don't like it, be nice. I would offer a return. I would give a partial refund. I don't know. She just was not being very nice. And just the fact about how condescending and rude she was about how I found it on some bargain rack and how I don't know anything about linen just really rubbed me the wrong way. So I made the decision to not reply until the morning after because I knew if I replied right then it would not be very nice, and that's not the kind of customer service that I want to exemplify. She didn't even really ask a question in that thing. She just bashed on the shirt itself and on my service. So I was kind of confused what I was even supposed to say back to all of her nasty comments. So I wait until the next morning and she had sent another message saying she was going to file a return or open a case or whatever she was going to do. At this point, I did not want to file a return because I don't want this silly Talbots shirt back. I'm like, just keep it, whatever. I'll give you a partial refund, it's fine. So I tell her that, and I tell her I think $10 is more than fair for a partial refund. I was also a little bit scared that she's gonna give me bad feedback, which I've never gotten before, so I was like, I don't want this to be the first time. I did offer her a partial refund, and as soon as I said she was gonna get a little bit of her money back, she turned super nice and super friendly. And I just checked just now that she actually left me a nice review, and she said thank you for your excellent customer service. So just be careful, because when I did look her up on the bad buyers list, she's done this to multiple people, and so she's basically scammed people out of a free item and a partial refund. So I would advise always checking a list like that, or seeing if other resellers have had problems with buyers, because it's really unfair that she basically bullied me into giving her a partial refund. And I did report her afterwards, just so she doesn't keep bullying people like she did to me a little bit. I know this story isn't the most exciting, but it just really riled me up when it was happening, so I wanted to share it with somebody and vent a little bit. Also, I do think it's really important to remember that yes, you're going to have excellent buyers, the transactions are going to go really smoothly, but there's also going to be buyers that like to ruffle your feathers a little bit to get what they want, basically. But at the end of the day, giving good customer service is really important. And even though this buyer is super nasty, it was nothing but nice. I never fired back at her. So I think those are really important things to keep in mind when you're dealing with rude customers. Just to not stoop down to their level, because then you're just like them, and what makes you different from this nasty lady. Well, if you made it this far through my rambling, I just want to say thank you for watching. And if you want to see any more reseller related content, go ahead and subscribe to my video and leave a comment down below if you have any similar experiences. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.